She sits alone in a naked smock, her face featured on the cover of her own mind. Angela Whittaker, 19 years old, unmarried, childless at the time of the incident, claimed to be living at no fixed abode. Registered at Stanley Royd's Mental Rehabilitation Centre. Diagnosed borderline personality, increasing patternlessness of life. On the previous day, called her mother from a payphone. She painted her nails a reddish brown. She was going to Scarborough for the day, she said, taking only her umbrella. How are you? I said, fine. She said, you? Fine, I said. Enjoy Scarborough. You are in love with your father? He said, these things run deeper than the conscious mind. You either believe it or you don't. It wasn't planned. Nothing was planned. I never planned anything in my whole life. I was such a pretty girl, spoiled by everybody. Everybody wanted me to smile for them. I had such a winning smile. I didn't know him. We had sex, that's all. Angela, I know you don't want me telling you this. It's for your own good. I know I can't stop you. Mother, your new outfit looks fine, but you shouldn't cut your hair. You know what happens every time you cut your hair? You grow older. Just give it a drink, and she'll stare at that wall for hours. She can see through walls. Nothing final about a wall, not with a drink inside you. I killed him. He deserved it, every penny of it. He couldn't keep up. He wanted to be with me and stay where he was at the same time. Can't do it, can't have everything, not your cake and eat it. This isn't Scarborough. Out of season. No time to just grow older in peace. For God's sake, Mother, forget the umbrella. It never rains in Scarborough. In the autumn, in the leaves, these things run deeper than the conscious mind. You either believe it or you don't. A recurring nightmare. An older man in a white coat, with a long cylindrical nose, chipped front teeth and a yellow tie. Are you cold, Angela? Are you cold? Cat got your tongue? Tips for survival into the 21st century. Now, the first thing you do when you set foot on the moon is you put up your flag. Not only will this lend a certain decorative quality to what will undoubtedly be a barren landscape, it'll also help you feel more at home. I'm hungry. So take a pill. Better? Good. Right. So this morning we're going to design our very own flag. I want you to think very, very carefully. Angela, what would you like to see every morning hanging from your lunar flagpole? My mother. No, no mothers, no relatives whatsoever. We must forget our relatives, cut them out of our hearts, out of our minds and off our flags. Remember, Angela, you are to be the founder of a new world, a new race. There won't be any mummies and daddies, no grannies and granddads, aunties and uncles, no cousins, no friends, doctors, teachers, lawyers. Nothing that previously happened ever really happened. You were never born, never grew up in a little house, never went to a little school, never left that little school, never left that little house. There was no government that designed this mission. There will be no courts to compensate you should you fail. You'll be on your own, whether you like it or not. It's our only hope. To forget, forgive, and forget why we ever needed to forgive. It won't be easy, but you got no choice, so you have to make the best of it. Nobody will ever help you ever again. Nobody will even remember you after a few years, but you'll be on the moon, so you'll have plenty of other things to worry about. I repeat, you must forget everything. Erase it from your memory. Burn it from your heart. Bury it from your mind. Exterminate it from your life. It is nothing. It never was. It is shit. Flush it away. Okay. Right. So, what did we decide? Donut. Good. Now we're on our way. to the donut shop. On Welbeck Road, a Sunday afternoon, early October 1996. She sits alone at a window seat in a long black coat, nursing a Diet Pepsi and a paperback book of poetry, her blonde hair cropped short. Her skin unblemished, her teeth flawless, and her blue eyes twinkling with the inner amusement of a carnival ghost as she watches him stride determinedly through the front door in his new down jacket, which he purchased the previous day from Marks and Spencer's on sale. Winter is coming and Kenny Butterfield is prepared for the worst. And the woman behind the counter recognizes him, but she doesn't smile or say hello, so he doesn't smile or say hello, and this is how many adult human beings behave. He studies each donut with a gourmet intensity before deciding to choose the same jelly cream donut he's chosen every Sunday for the past 2 years. Then he orders a coffee with cream but no sugar, please. Pays with the exact change, exactly as he's paid every Sunday for the past 2 years. Then he perches on the same perch, ponders his sugarless coffee and peruses his jelly cream donut, and he wonders what makes sweet things so delicious. I like your jacket. It's a nice jacket. I like it. It's nice. Where'd you buy it? Marks and Spencer's. It's nice. The voice of an angel. His heart begins to beat like a phone off the hook. He wants to tell her he's got his own phone, he's got his own flat. He wants to ask her what he should say next, but she needs no cue. Would you like to hear some poetry? Oh, magic sleep. Oh, wondrous bird that broodest o'er the troubled sea of the mind till it is hushed and smooth. Keats, the lovely boy who wanted to sleep forever. It's nice. You like poetry? Well, I like it when you say it. It was given to me by a friend. He's dead now. They both are. I'm sorry. Did you know him? Can I buy you a donut? No, thanks. I'm watching my weight. Oh, you're not fat? Well, I didn't say I was fat. Suddenly, she decides to perch on the perch next to his perch, and she pushes the poetry into his pocket. Here, you can keep it if you like. No, thanks. I'll never read it. Please, it's a gift. It'll remind you of me whenever you don't read it. Do you think the sky will turn black in our lifetime? Do you know what somebody told me? Somebody once told me if you let anything loose in space, eventually it'll turn into a star. So if somebody went to the bathroom up there, eventually it will twinkle and people will wish on it. They also told me that the Earth is being gradually sealed up in a very advanced kind of Tupperware, but they didn't tell me how or what for or why it wasn't all arranged in the first place so it'd still be fresh. Do you have any cigarettes? I don't smoke. I do. Like a fish, or a house on fire, a fish on fire. I have my own, but it's much more exciting to smoke somebody else's. Do you have any matches? I love matches. The sulfur absorbs every odor but its own. There's no smoking in here. Who told you that? There's a sign up there. Then we'll have to pretend. Would you pass the ashtray? You're funny. Funny ha-ha? Or funny weird? Just funny. Did you work in the plaza? I've seen you in your little green jacket supervising the shopping carts. I work in the Oyster, the seafood restaurant round the corner. I'm a waitress. I wait. Does it matter where you wait, who you wait for? I wait for a living. You must pop in sometime. I'll fix you up with a shrimp. I'm allergic to seafood. It brings me out in bumps. My name's Terry. Madeleine. Madeleine, that's a nice name, that, Madeleine. Do I look like a Madeleine? I'm lying. My real name is Angela. Only my lover calls me Madeleine, but he's not my lover anymore. I sent him away to South America. We had a big argument. He makes me sick, I make him sick, so we sent each other away to South America. Now I don't have a lover anymore. Do you have a lover, Teddy? Are you sure you won't like a donut? Do you believe in reincarnation? Coming back from the dead? Well, sometimes I feel like I know people I don't really know. It's obvious, really. All you have to do is look at a tree in the springtime. If you want to come back from the dead, Terry, all you have to do is be natural. You have dirty fingernails. I bite mine, look, nerves. Most people think it's a death wish, but I think it's the opposite, to keep them from ever growing old. Would you like me to tell you a funny story? Funny haha? Or funny weird? No, it's just funny. Just a funny story. I heard it last week. Well, the week before, actually. It's not a joke, is it? I hate yolks. Don't lay an egg on me, Terry. No, it's just a funny story about this woman who wants to build a bookshelf. Is she beautiful? Oh, she's not bad. She's not fat. No, she's not fat. So anyway, across the street they're doing all this construction, and she sees these bricks on the top floor. So she asks one of the workmen if he'll do her a favour, have sex with her. No. If he'll get her some bricks, she'll make it worth his while. She'll have sex with him. No. She'll give him some money for the bricks. She's rich. Well, she's not badly off, so why doesn't she just buy some bricks? It's just a funny story, right? So anyway, he figures it all out, and he gets this big timber beam and a piece of rope, and he ties an empty wheelbarrow to one end of the rope and a pulley to the other end. And is he fat? No, he's not fat. And he pulls up the wheelbarrow to the top floor, and he fills it full of bricks. Then he goes down, and he takes the other end of the rope, and he pulls as hard as he can. You're making this up. Aye, it's a story. I'm trying to remember it. So anyway, he pulls as hard as he can. Well, a wheelbarrow full of bricks must weigh, what, at least 250, 300 pounds. He weighs, what, not more than 150 pounds. So naturally, as the wheelbarrow starts coming down, he starts growing up. Right. Well, halfway, he bangs his elbow on the wheelbarrow and breaks it in two places. But somehow he manages to hold on with one hand till he gets to the top, where he cracks his head on the pulley, and blood starts pouring down his face. My father told a funny story once. Nobody laughed. But still, he's telling the same old story. Only now he knows what to expect. Poor daddy. So anyway, with all this blood pouring down his face, he doesn't notice that when the wheelbarrow hits the ground, it tips up, and all the bricks fall out. Now, an empty wheelbarrow must weigh, what, not more than 40, 50 pounds. He weighs, what, at least 150 pounds. So as he starts coming down, the wheelbarrow starts going up. Well, somehow he manages to twist around so he doesn't crack his broken reflex. Reflex. Of course, he hits his other elbow, breaks that in two places, and he falls on top of the bricks and breaks both his legs. Don't you think they should have just had sex and called it a day? Well, why'd you keep saying that? Well, I guess I don't believe in fairy tales, Terry. It's not a fairy tale, it's a funny story. So anyway, as you can imagine by now, he's in some pain, so he lets go of the rope. He forgets all about that wheelbarrow. It falls on top of him and kills him. No, it doesn't kill him. It's just a funny story. Do you want me to tell you a funny story, Daddy? There's this cat. Lives in my basement, curled up on a water pipe. Every now and then I take him a donut, say, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty." But he doesn't move. Won't even look at me. Don't you think that's funny? Now, the question of dehydration popped up at an earlier meeting. Angela, can you tell me what dehydration means? Being blown up. No, it's water, or rather the lack of it, from the Latin de, meaning not having any, and hydration meaning water, meaning not having any water, or in layman's terms, being all dried up. Now, this will pose a problem on the moon because, of course, there won't be any water, that is, because the lakes and the oceans on the moon are not like the lakes and the oceans here on Earth. In other words, they don't have any water in them. They're all dried up. So what will this mean? Will become all dried up? Well, hopefully not. Within a few days, with any luck, you will find an underground spring, and this will be the source of your new civilization, the lunar watering hole. Of course, if you don't discover an underground spring, well, we may as well just curl up and die. But and there must be certain faiths and assumptions we can presume, or we would never get anywhere in the first place. It's what men call the indomitable spirit of adventure. Men. Adventure. Indomitable. Right, can you tell me what this is? It's a piece of wood. Yes, but what is it a piece of wood for? For growing trees. This is what men call a divining rod, because it is truly a gift of God. If you hold it like this and move around like this, eventually it'll start to wiggle and it'll bend over and point to the ground, and that's where the water is. Would you like to try? It's not wiggling. Well, you have to keep moving until it does. But don't go too far, because tomorrow is the big day. Unless, of course, you do find water. So, what do you think then? I like it. I like it, Terry. It's nice. Very, very homey. I've been here 2 years now. When I first moved in, it was a terrible mess. You've done wonders, Terry. You're not too cold, are you? I like to keep it a bit cold. I don't like it too hot. It's not just the money. I like to keep it a bit cold. Would you like some tea? Do you have any beer? I don't have any. A beer. It gives me a headache. I'll tell you what, though. In that cupboard up there, there's a bottle of wine. You can have that if you like it. It's been there since I moved in. Should be ripe by now. Then you'll have to use a cup, though, because I don't have any glasses. Do you have a corkscrew? No, I don't have a corkscrew. I'll have to use this knife. Oh, you've got to be careful with that knife. That's a sharp knife. I was given that knife for my birthday. Somebody gave you a knife for your birthday? Well, I asked for it. I was sick to death of cutting my bread with a fork and a butter knife. I had to get sliced. I still do get sliced, actually, because of the crumbs for the mice. You have mice? I found one hole and I blocked it up, but there must be another hole somewhere. There's always another hole somewhere, Terry. Do you have mice where you live? I have a cat, remember? Oh, aye, well, you don't have to worry about it, because they don't come out until night. It'll be dark soon. I mean, when I turn the light out. Can you manage? There we are. Freshly caught Woolworth Beaujolais. Smooth body, a few wrinkles for flavour. Cheers, Terry, to your career as a funny storyteller. No. I can't drink wine. It brings me out in a rash. There must be pills for people like you, Terry. How do you mean? I love wine. I used to think I was an alcoholic till my doctor told me I just love wine. He had a long cylindrical nose, chipped front teeth, and a yellow tie. Can you imagine a grown man wearing a yellow tie? I didn't believe a word he said. Do you ever wear a tie, Terry? Well, never yellow. Well, yellow's not the worst colour in the world. What do you think is the worst colour in the world? If you had to choose one colour you'd never have to look at ever again, what colour just makes you wish it was dead? Well, I don't know. Brown. What sort of brown? Dirt brown? Nut brown? Brown as a berry? Shit brown? You're funny. I think red. Blood red, like this wine. We should only drink white wine. And beer? No, beer. Beer is yellow. You've got beautiful eyes. Would you mind taking your hand off me, Terry? I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Must be very exciting for you. I'll make some tea, right? Are you used to have long hair all the way down my back till it started to fall out, so I had to cut it. Have I upset you? Nay, you've not upset me. I'm not good at sex, Terry. Who told you that? Nobody. My lover. Do you believe in saints? People who have to be sacrificed. People who never did anything bad because whatever they did turns out to have been good in the end after it's made them saints. All we remember is the sacrifice. Let's play a game, truth or dare. I'll dare to ask you a question and you tell me the truth. What did you ever do that you were totally ashamed of? I didn't do anything. Come on, Terry, you must have done something. I didn't do it. What did you ever do that just made you wish you were dead? I didn't do anything. Don't shout at me, Terry. I'm just trying to get to know you better. Let's play another game. I spy with my little eye something beginning with F. Aren't you going to guess? When I was little, I used to imagine my mum dead and naked, laid out on the kitchen table, so I could see her and touch her, and she'd let me. She'd never know. Nobody would ever know. Would you like to make love to me, Terry? Dead, so nobody will ever know. I was seeing this barman once. He'd pick me up every night after work, say, "You okay, babe?" I'd say, "Sure, man." Then he'd take me back to his place and bang, bang, you know all the rest, but I could never sleep afterwards. He could. He'd make himself a cheese and pickle sandwich, turn the television on, and before you could say, "Hey, man," he'd be fast asleep and I'd be left cleaning up all his crumbs. Something beginning with F. It's flowers. They're not here really, but they should be, so I imagined them. Do you think that was fair to give you no chance? I could have said anything and you would never have known if I was lying or not. What colour do you think my eyes are? They're blue. No, they're brown. And you hate brown more than any other colour in the world. They're not brown. No, they're ash grey. So you don't have to hate anybody. Did you know that mice don't like cheese? I left some cheese out once, they wouldn't touch it. They're like cornflakes. I'd come back home and my cornflake packet would be riddled with mouse droppings. That's why I keep them in cans. Canned cornflakes. Could be catchy. I knew this kid once, he sort of hated mice. If he found a mouse hole, he'd sit outside for hours with a big carving knife till one of them poor little buggers popped his head out and he'd chop him in half. You saw him do this? I didn't want to see him do this. I found a mouse's backside once in the dustbin. You shouldn't believe everything you find in dustbins, Terry. Did you do the drawings? They're very nice. They're very good. You like cars? Well, I like to draw them. I've never had one. I just copy them from magazines. They're very good. You're an artist, Terry. Have you ever tried to paint? You could paint. You could paint the worst picture in the world, all browns and yellows and ash greys. We could burn it so we'd never have to look at it ever again. We could toast marshmallows. You could be like Van Gogh, chop your nose off. Send it to me in a brown paper bag. It'll remind me of my mother, your mother, your mother. I'll be able to see it and touch it, but nobody will ever know because you will be dead. I just won't have a nose. Well, your nose will be dead, but I'll still be able to smell it. Doesn't that sound exciting? Sounds like a bloody nightmare. Well, it is, Terry. It is. Why did you just throw that wine in my face? I wanted to wake you up. Excite me, Terry. Make me feel like there's something in this world I won't want to forget. You shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. Forgive me. We can make love now if you like. Have sex. Whatever. As for gravity, of course, there won't be any on the moon. So you have to be very, very, very careful. One small step for me could be one eternal leap into nothingness for you. So I strongly recommend keeping your boots on. I'm hungry. So take a pill. Better. Good. Right. Fine. So now I'd like you to put your space helmet on. I don't want to. Is that the attitude of a pioneer? What's a pioneer? A pioneer is somebody who dares to do something that nobody has ever done before. I don't want to be a pioneer. Well, you have no choice whether you want to be or not. Remember the golden rule, Angela. A woman alone is a woman alone, but a woman together is never alone. She's together. And together we stand, divided we fall. You fall. I'm still hungry. So put your helmet on and I'll give you another pill. You know, sometimes I think people just don't realize how lucky they are. Do you know how many people would give what's left of their brains to be going to the moon? 3? Millions, billions, a lot more than 3. Who wants to stay here anymore? This place is going to the dogs. The dogs, unfortunately. At the moment, all we have left is one spaceship. There we are. You look spectacular. Like a little god. A little dog? A little god. God. G-O-D. God. What's a god? A god is someone we can look up to without ever having to look at. Someone we can hear without them ever having to make a sound. Someone who can help us without ever having to lift a little finger. Someone indestructible. What's it? That's enough questions for now. I want you to keep this on forever. And you will never grow old. Never? This thing has been treated with every kind of chemical under the sun. As far as we know, it will last forever. Forever! Millions of years. Millions of billions of years. As long as the moon lasts anyway. Right. Any final requests? Hot dog? Hamburger? Donut? Can I have a pioneer? I lied about my boyfriend. He didn't go to South America. He could still be at home for all I know. We've been together forever, me and Ray. When I was 16, we used to go back to my father's house. My mother's been dead forever. And we'd make love on the front room floor while Daddy was asleep upstairs. One night we woke him up and he came downstairs screaming, "Get out of my house! Get out of my house, you scum!" And Ray screamed back, "Well, not until I finished, old man, not until I finished." And Daddy actually waited. It's my birthday today. I was born on this day. You can help me celebrate if you like. You don't have to buy me a present. I'd prefer it if you didn't. I'll make me a cake. It'll be a surprise. Are you asleep, Terry? Do you have any flour? We need flour and eggs and walnuts and raisins. I'll make me a fruit and nut cake. I can't find any flour, Terry. You don't have any eggs. You don't have anything. All you have is tea bags and canned cornflakes. What kind of a life is this? Let's face it, you need a woman. Do you have an apron? I'd hate to stain my birthday suit. Is it really your birthday today? Nothing is real to me anymore. Every second a new baby is born. Every second somebody dies. Death becomes a little more unimportant. Life a little more lost. Every second a little less real. You should put some clothes on. You'll catch your death of cold. Do you want me to tell you the real truth about Ray? He was a painter. Heads. That's all he would paint. Heads. The same head over and over and over again. Not even a real head, just flat planes of flat black colours. But he'd always leave a hole to climb through, he said. Always somewhere a little pinpoint of light. I could never see it. Everything seemed to be getting blacker and blacker and flatter. No little pinpoint of light that I could see. But he was a lot older than me, so I took his word for it. He'd read poetry to me sometimes while I drank. He didn't drink, so I never drank much when he was around. He told me it would drown his little pinpoint of light. I told him I couldn't see it anyway. He just laughed and lit his pipe. But one day, I could tell he wasn't so sure himself. A week later, he told me he'd stopped painting altogether. He could no longer see the point. Next day, I came home and all his heads had disappeared. He burned them, himself as well, on a patch of waste ground. Poured paint thinner over everything, set light, and said goodbye to all the little pinpoints everywhere. I loved him. I loved him, Terry. And it meant nothing. Can I show you something? What's this? It's a photograph of you when you were 3 years old. This isn't me. Looks like you. Must be somebody else. All babies look alike. This isn't me. Have you ever noticed that the skin of your cheek and the skin in the palm of your hand are exactly the same shade of pink? It made you seem perfect. This isn't me. What are you doing? Don't tear it up. That's not yours, it's mine. Well, you shouldn't have given it to me then. You just murdered my baby. I didn't murder any baby. Don't talk daft. It's somebody's baby. I didn't like it. It smelled of rubbish. Of course it smelled of rubbish. I just found it in the dustbin. If it's somebody's baby, they should take better care of it. Have you never lost anything? That wasn't me. Well, it could have been you. I don't smell of rubbish. Well, you would do if you'd been sitting in a dustbin all day. I didn't like it. I tore it up. You tore it up. I tore it up. Have you no feelings? Do you know how long it took me to find that? We were all young once, Terry. You should put some clothes on. Look at these lips. Such a shame they're no longer on his face. Remember the lobster, Terry? I don't remember any lobster. Jenny the penny, bright as a brass button. We were the lobster girls, remember? With a delicate sauce. Those reunions, you tucking in our lobster bibs, but she'd still get sauce all over her, and you'd have to wipe it off with your little blue embroidered napkin. I don't remember any. I'm allergic to seafood. It brings me out in bumps. Once you even licked it off a knee. Swore it tasted even better than the lobster. I like cheese. Marsh don't like cheese, but I like cheese. After that, I used to think you were doing it on purpose. Marsh like cornflakes. I like cornflakes. Of course, the sauce spilled into my mouth. No trouble at all. You never had to bother with me. She was always the one with sauce all over. You had the patience of a saint wiping up her mess. I saw a cartoon once. It made you think that all mice like cheese, but they don't. A lot of people think things that just are not true. I remember once wishing you'd choke on a claw. Daddy as well, so I could be left all alone, just me and the lobster. When I was 6, I used to think all girls had umbrellas between their legs. That's why they wore skirts. But I always forgave you later. When you came to my room to say goodnight and I'd throw up in your arms and we'd both swear never to touch seafood ever again. I remember asking Alwyn Davies if hers was brown. Did it have stripes or was it just a plain black? Of course we're all grown up now and can cope with anything. And Daddy would no more consider licking sauce from a young girl's knee than I would want to be left all alone with a lobster. My dad worked for the post office. He'd come home every Christmas covered in snow and he'd swear at me mum. Fuck, he'd say. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch, he'd say. Unless, of course, it was a choice between the two. When I was 8, my sister was born without an umbrella. I cried for months. I knew she could never be happy. You shouldn't have ripped up my picture, Terry. Do you know what strikes me most? It's people eating with their mouths closed. It's so cruel. I may never find another one. I saw it once. Alwyn Davies' plain black umbrella. I can love you, Terry. I can be good to you so you'll never want to forget anything, ever. again. I think you should leave now. I can't leave now. No, not now you've taught me how to be good at sex. I want to be alone. You are alone, Terry. It's not funny anymore. If it'll make you happy, I could leave. Everything is leaving, really. Even if we stay exactly where we are, there's always something that's left. Somebody, another man, another woman, another baby, another cigarette. Why don't you go back to sleep, Teddy? When you wake up in the morning, I'll be gone. Poof, magic, no magic really. You'll be gone too, we'll all be gone, but there'll still be only me that's left. Isn't that amazing? What can I say? I'm a genius, Terry. I understand these things. You could be a genius too if you like. Otherwise, people will just presume that you're funny. Is it really your birthday today? Does it matter? If it's your birthday, we should make you a cake. We should make me a cake anyway. Right. You don't have any flour, Terry. I've got some pancake mix. You don't have any eggs. We don't need eggs. You need eggs. It won't rise without eggs. We don't need... Don't shout at me, Terry. I'm just trying to get to know you better. Here, give me the pancake mix. Give me the sugar, some cornflakes. Right, Terry, there's your cake. It's not my birthday. Just cut the cake, Terry. It's not my birthday. Just cut the fucking cake, Terry. It's not cooked. Well, use a fucking spoon then. This isn't gonna work. You're gonna have to leave, Terry. I live here. I live here. Well, one of us will have to leave. This divorce time, this is not working. We never even got to have the honeymoon. We were supposed to go to South America. It's very dangerous. We'd take the baby and leave her with a Mexican while we went off to explore the ruins. And you'd be wearing a sombrero. I'll be all in black like a widow spider. But of course you won't be dead. Nobody will be dead. Nobody will be dead ever again. If you had to choose the best way to die, Jerry, what would you choose? I don't want to die. But if you had no choice, how does the angel of death appear in your dreams? With an axe, with a razor blade, one of those bent things aside, or with a kitchen knife covered in uncooked cake crumbs? I don't want to die. I think I do. That's not fair. No, it's a joke. It's the same yoke my father's been cracking all these years, but he still thinks it's a funny story. You fucking bitch! You fucking bitch! You come into my... You fucking bitch! You fucking bitch! You need help, Terry. I can help you. I understand these things. Let's play another game. I'll be home for Christmas. What does everybody want to see when they come home for Christmas? Give me the cushion, Terry. It's a pillow. Reality check. It's a cushion, Terry. Give me the cushion. I'll be home for Christmas. See? It's snowing, Terry. I'm making it snow. It's snowing. It's snowing on my grave, on your grave, on our grave and grave, engraved with grace and snow cakes. That's my best pillow. We did have fun, though, didn't we, Terry? Would you like to try? Right. I'm making it snow, right? It's snowing, right? I'm making it. I'm having fun, right? I wish my mum could see me now. Right, I'm having fun. I'm making it snow. He kept his arms folded the whole time, so I wouldn't see the ketchup stains on his shirt. Oh, did. This man I met once out on the pier. I went looking for you. He asked me, wasn't I afraid to be out all alone by myself in the middle of the night? I told him I wasn't alone. I had my father with me. He laughed. He thought that was terribly funny. Then he asked me if I'd go to bed with him. He'd pay. He said he was terribly rich, in spite of the stains. Then he took my face in his hands, and he kissed me. And I realized he thought I was a boy. Remember that cat, Terry, in my basement, curled on the water pipe? I took him a donut. yesterday. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. But he wouldn't move. Wouldn't even look at me. I don't think he wanted to be disturbed. I think he was dead. Do you think he was dead, Terry? Do you think he was dead, Terry? Do you think he was dead? You just stabbed me. I'm trying to wake you up. It feels funny. Well, I'm sure you felt funnier. I think I'm dying. You think too much, Terry. Don't think too much. If you think too much, people will know you're not a genius. Don't think too much. And don't do anything if you can't do it with conviction. If you can't do it with conviction, you may as well just leave. Life is as simple and as complicated as that. Nobody left nothing unless they left with conviction, not if they leave for good. And we should always leave for good, Terry. I may be funny, but I know when somebody's left for good. Sometimes we have to be strong for those who are weak, and sometimes we have to give in to our weaknesses. Look, I think I found the other hole. Would you like me to block it up? I'll block it up. Thanks. Now we really should tidy up. Such a waste of all this sweetness. I never was much of a cook. Of course, I never pretended to be, not like my mother. She pretended to be everything she wasn't. Isn't that why you married her? Is that why you married me? Or do you just prefer younger women? It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not a crime till they find the bodies. But of course they won't find the bodies till we're old, and then it won't matter. Can I get you anything? Would you like some tea? I'd love a donut. At least you don't have to worry about getting fat. Not like me. I gain weight so easily. You should have seen me before I went on a diet. I looked like a donut. Smoking saved me. You can say what you like about cigarettes, but they don't make you fat. Are you asleep, Terry? Shh. Quiet as a mouse. Ray is sleeping. My Ray, Raymondo. Up there, upside down. Like a baby, all that blood rushing to his head. We mustn't disturb him. He expects to sleep. Any minute, he will come to that door and he will say, Angela, are you still here? Am I expecting you? Is he still hanging around? That sucker has to be wiped out. I can't live with the both of us. It's either him or me or you or them or this one or that one. Or haven't you got a home to go to? Go home, for God's sake. I can't live with the both of us. It's either him or me or you or them. They're all the same in the dark. I'll turn the light out. If you ask me, Mother, we've all been dead for years, so don't give me any shit about not feeling well. I've been sick most of my life. It never did me any harm. Being sick is just expecting and waiting for people to leave so you can suffer in peace. The whole world is sleeping. Life is just a great big lullaby. The moon is shining on my face. The sun is shining on my face. My face is shining on my face. My face is shining all over the world. That winning smile. Ray knows, my X-ray knows. He has seen my face and he has said, Angela, your face will be the death of you. And I laughed. Oh, how I laughed, like a little bird told me. He told me, that one and this one. Just be grateful you're alive. So I am. Even though I'm being burned alive, buried alive. Just be a good girl. Say your prayers and God will bring you Father Christmas at Christmas. Father will bring you Father Christmas at Christmas. And then my mother will have all these men to choose from. She will say, dear, I just haven't got the time.